Hi, I'm Kirsten Adler of Explore Movement, and today I'm showing a short foot routine. So come to sitting either in a chair or on the floor, grab a hold of one foot, and start by giving yourself a nice foot massage. So I love working with my feet. I love having my clients work with their feet because for most of us, we're spending the majority of our day in shoes and on flat surfaces, so our feet are quite underused and deconditioned. And it can feel really great to move and activate the feet. So just make sure you're really getting around that whole bottom surface of the foot, applying enough pressure that feels good and interesting to your body. And then from here, you'll take a hold of your toes, the pinky toe and the next toe, and start by scissoring your toes apart. Scissor one way and a scissor the other way, and you can repeat that a couple times, and then move on to the next two toes, scissoring. So there's lots of bones, lots of joints in our feet, tons of muscles, and our feet really have the ability to move in so many different ways, right? That's how our ancestors walked on uneven surfaces and climbed rocks and trees. Continue moving, scissoring your toes until you reach the big toe. And then you'll take the opposite hand of your foot and thread your fingers through your toes. As best as you can, it's okay if you can't get them all the way in. And then make a circle with your foot. So using your hand as a guide to circle one way and then circle the other way. And then slide your fingers out. Bring that hand to the ball of your foot. Take the other hand to your heel and you'll twist the ball of your foot and your heel in opposite directions. So it's like you're wringing out a washcloth. Go back and forth a couple of times. And then go ahead and release that foot and look at your feet. Notice that there's a different side to side. So the foot that I just worked on looks much more alive than this foot, which looks a little pale and reddish. So you'll repeat that on the other side. So start with a little foot massage. You might notice there's a difference from one foot to the other, and that's very common. And then when you're done with your massage, you'll scissor your toes. So I'm going to turn a little this way so you can see better. So you're going to take the pinky toe and the next toe and just scissor one way and then the other way. Couple of times, finding a stretch that feels good, not a stretch that makes you want to run out the door. And then the next two toes, and you'll continue up. And continuing along. And then you'll take your opposite hand and thread your fingers in between your toes. I have a harder time doing that on this side. Okay. And then circle that foot around. And then reverse the circle. Go ahead and slide that hand out. You'll take that hand to the ball of your foot, other hand to your heel, and you'll twist in opposite directions like you're wringing out a washcloth. And then release that and go ahead and look at your feet. Hopefully, yes, now both of my feet look a little livelier. So we'll do a little foot exercise from here, a little strengthening. So first you'll lift all 10 toes off of the floor, and then spread your toes out like you're stretching your fingers wide or doing jazz hands, and then set your toes back down. And again, lift them up, stretch them out, and set them down. Lift them up, stretch them out, and set them down. So now we're gonna play the piano with our toes. Lift them up, stretch them out, and then you're gonna release one toe down at a time, starting with your pinky toe. This could be quite challenging, yes, especially that second and third toe. Up, stretch them out, and then play the piano down, starting with the pinky toe. Try that a couple more times. I really have to focus on this. If you find that there's, it's a great idea if you have the time to do this one foot at a time, especially if you notice there's a big difference side to side. For time's sake today, I'm showing both feet together. Then the next exercise you'll do is you'll give a thumbs up with your big toes, and then you're gonna lift all other 8 toes. Big toes and 8 toes. You can do fast, you can do slow. And then finally, you're gonna stretch your feet out in front of you, and you can lean back on your hands if you're sitting on the floor. You'll flex your feet, push through the balls of your feet to point your feet, and then lead back with the toes first, and then come into your flex. Balls of the feet, toes to point, and then toes to heel to flex. And as you do this, you're trying to keep your feet in a straight line rather than veering in or out like this. And those are some ways, a couple ways to release and wake up your feet, as well as activate and strengthen your feet. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.